Stop broadcasting for a second. All right. How do you deal with the argument MLK was a misogynist and a plagiarist? Well, who would make that argument though? That's such a bullshit ass argument. That's a deflection. That's a deflection. I mean, in what context of the argument? What's the goal of the argument? Because if you're just arguing with a white supremacist, they'll literally just say anything just to be saying it. Them or a so-called black feminist or a person pretending to be a black feminist, they have the same mindset of a white supremacist. They just literally say shit just to be saying it. Excuse me. But hold on. Wait 1 second. Because I can't see nothing in the chat room right now, family. I can't see shit. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Got to get back up in the stream room. What's up, Ustream bot? There's a Ustream bot in my room. Your teacher was calling Malcolm a retired thug. Hilarious. Now, where's the dude? I didn't see the responses. Where was the guy who said EBW? Again, just like you, for example, you're troll. I told you to call up earlier, and you're just still here running your mouth trolling, which again proves my point. Logically, y'all, people who even spew that stuff, you don't really have no real ideology outside of trolling. And the fact that all of you are trolls and you can't logically explain yourself shows how serious you are. Shows the seriousness of your ideology. Now, where's the guy who was talking about people calling Dr. King a misogynist? Where is he? Because I missed your response. Yeah, they leave out that message of reparations. EBW, the number is 818-850-5404. All right. Don't nobody call up but EBW, whatever that person's name is. So you can't say that the phone lines are busy or whatever. So EBW, I want you to call up. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey. Hey, Tariq, what's up? My name is Mark. I'm from Desert Heights, Illinois.
I'm going to have you call back, bro. All right. EBW, that's who I want to call up. What's up? Who's calling?
What's going on, Tariq? It's Hakeem from Philadelphia.
I'm going to have you call back, Hakeem. All right. EBW, that's who I want to call. I want that person to call up so they won't say that the phone line was fucked up or whatever. What's up? Who's calling? Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
Oh, hey, Tariq. Is it me or the guy from Desert Heights, Illinois?
Brother, I'm going to have you call back in a minute. Not right now, brother. Don't call right back. I'll let you know when to call back, brother. I said I'm going to have you call back. This motherfucker call right back. Like he calling up Hot 97 or some shit. No, nobody but EBW call up. So now, EBW, the phone lines are wide open. So now that EBW, when you open the lines up, that usually stops trolling. The context, Dr. King was widely respected, even though he had dirt on him. That was the exact, he's a perfect man. What? Exact argument. Birthday Facebook friend, he had dirt on him and he was not the perfect man. All right, so what? All right, he was a misogynist, so what? That's my answer to them. All right, if he was a misogynist, so what? He was a misogynist how? How was he a misogynist? Because people use the term misogynist so out of context, it don't even mean anything. Misogynist is just somebody they don't like. So what the hell is a misogynist? In their context. Because the working definition is somebody who hates women. He didn't hate women. EBW. This you? Hello?
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 It's J Money from Toronto.
Also, I'm gonna have you call up later. Call later. Call later. Call later. Yeah, this EBW person again. Yeah, when people start talking about he's a misogynist and all that old shit, they're just trolling. Just like this EBW person. When you start talking about feminist woman and stuff, logically you can't really. They can't explain their ideology logically. The fact that the majority of the people who spew white supremacy and so-called black feminism have to troll shows the seriousness of their ideology. You understand? That just shows the seriousness of their ideology. You have to, the only time you get to talk about your ideology in a large quantity is when you're hiding behind a keyboard, yelling out just dumb random shit that you know can be easily challenged and debunked. Excuse me. EBW definitely stopped commenting, didn't they? Exactly. So, acting more timid and afraid, that's what's going on now. But again, like I said about that whole Gandhi thing, I don't give Gandhi a pass because people sit up and talk about, well, he was young when he had said all that racist shit. He changed. When the hell did Gandhi change? When did Gandhi say, all that shit I said about black people? Oh, I was wrong. When did he say that? Gandhi never repudiated none of that shit he said about black people. All right, EBW, we're waiting. The phone line is not ringing. But Gandhi never said, hey, all that stuff I said, I was wrong. He never backtracked. Gandhi never backtracked on that shit he said. You dig? So, and another thing, Gandhi was friends with Hitler. Gandhi wrote letters to Hitler. And the whole shebang. So Gandhi never repudiated his views. And that's another thing. With us, we're always supposed to forgive people for shit. Well, Gandhi was young. They don't do that with nobody else. They don't do that with those Nazi soldiers. They don't do that when those Nazi soldiers were participating in the Holocaust in Germany 50, well, not 50, but 60, 70 years ago. They don't be like, well, they were young. Those Nazi soldiers, they were young. They changed. No. They bring their asses to court to this day. To this day, they find old Nazi soldiers in wheelchairs and wheel their asses right in court. But I was young. I didn't know I was doing what, nigga, you about to go your ass to court in jail. I don't care about you being 98. You going to jail. Your old ass is about to go behind bars. Nobody asked them to forgive nobody. We're always told to forgive some damn body. Fuck Gandhi. Gandhi was a damn racist. We brought that out in Hidden Colors 2. We broke that all the way down in Hidden Colors 2. Black conservative, such as what? Black conservative. The only thing we didn't clarify in Hidden Colors 1 was the Mansa Musa and Montezuma connection. That's the only thing that we didn't clarify. But black conservative, what errors are in any of the Hidden Colors movies? Black conservative. All right, call up black conservative shit. Call up. Let me know all the errors that were in the Hidden Colors movies. Alexander, black conservative, you got to call up. Black conservative. Okay, now you're trolling. Black conservative, you're trolling. You say that. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. He's trolling. All right, black conservative, you're trolling. He's not going to call either. He's been trolling all night. Okay, I haven't noticed him. EBW ain't calling in. He's trolling. You didn't call. No, you didn't. Now he's saying his phone didn't work. There you go. There you go. Everybody else can call in but you. There you go. Hello?
Hey, Tariq, is this you?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Black Conservative.
Okay, Black Conservative. What's going on? Now, you said there was some errors in Hidden Colors?
All right. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm lagging a little bit, so I'm a couple seconds behind.
Okay. All right. Well, I can hear you, so you can talk to me on the phone. So what errors? You said something about Alexander Pushkin?
Yeah, when I was watching Hidden Colors the last couple nights ago, the picture you showed of him was actually a picture of his, I believe his great-grandfather, whose name was Alexander Ganabal. So it actually wasn't Alexander Pushkin. And you look at the picture of Alexander Pushkin, all his portraits, he's a very much a white man. And
no.
Alexander Ganabal, I'm sorry, what?
No, the picture we showed of Pushkin in Hidden Colors 1 was a statue of him that's in Russia.
If you Google Alexander Ganabal, if you Google Alexander Ganabal right now, that picture will pick up as his avatar, because that's actually a portrait of him. And he was a very high-ranking general in the army of what's his name? Peter the Great in Russia.
I know that. I know Ganabal. I know the history of Alexander Pushkin. I know that. When Alexander Pushkin, you said his grandfather was black, but he wasn't. That's what you said?
Yes.
How does that work?
I'm saying this because Ganabal's wife was a white woman, and they even did the Soviet Union did a play, actually did a movie in the 1970s talking about how he married his wife, and it's actually called Peter the Great's Negro. If you Google that, you'll find that that was in. Let me see what year that was in.
I know that. Everything you're saying, I already know. I know, but I'm just trying to say, how are you saying that somebody's granddad is black, but they're not black?
Oh, because I don't really go with the one drop rule, and he would have been about.
Whoa! No, see, that's the thing, brother. No. See, that whole thing where people want to try to change the rules when it's convenient, because they say, okay, this makes them. If a person has this, that makes them black. But then when you point out, okay, well then the Egyptians were black. Oh, but not the Egyptians. They just dark Caucasians. So people try to pick and choose what the rules are going to be. Now you say you don't go by the whole one drop rule that he's black because his granddad is black, because that usually makes you black. You got a grandparent who's a certain race or whatever, you got that in you. You're a person of African descent. And Pushkin was very proud of the African descent in his family, because at his death, he was killed in a duel. Somebody shot him. They were fighting over a chick, I think. He was writing a book talking about his African ancestry. So he was very proud and very well aware of his African ancestry, sir.
Okay, I'm not denying that. I was just saying that the way he was portrayed in the movie, I felt it was a little bit not lying. I just felt it was a little bit of a misconceived, because it was playing as if he was a
No, he was a light-skinned black guy. Because over here, back in this country, if you said my granddad was black, you black in this country for years. If you got a black grandparent, even today, basically, you're still black in this country if you got a black grandparent. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Right, it's not what I'm saying. Everybody, it's the law. If we're going to go by that, you see, people want to pick and choose the rules. But again, Alexander Pushkin was very aware of his black ancestry. And you got to understand too, a lot of portraits of people have been lightened up as well too, because that's another thing. They've done that historically. They would light up people's pictures and just basically deny the African ancestry of certain people. So again, that's what we're uncovering in history. So we're not talking about misconceiving or anything. That was a light-skinned black man. Just because he wasn't jet black don't mean that he wasn't any more black. He was a black guy, just light-skinned. Now, what other inconsistencies did you say you saw in the movie?
The whole thing about cannibalism,
right?
Because when you get into cannibalism, I have family that, I know it doesn't sound like it, but I have friends are from Liberia. I know people from there, and believe me, it's very much a real thing. It wasn't just made up for a documentary.
No, it's not, dude. There was a war over there, and in war, and in many cultures, in war, when they would kill somebody, symbolically, they would bite the heart or bite the eyes. I was just over in French Polynesia, and they had the same practices in war. If they were fighting a rival, they would, bite or consume certain body parts for spiritual. It was a symbolic type of thing. The white supremacists made it seem like black people and Africoid people were just eating people because they were savage and they didn't have no more food. That's the myth that they put out, especially about Africans. Africans weren't no goddamn cannibals, and they're not to this day because there's a lot of food all over Africa. There's food and animals growing all over the goddamn place. Why in the world would you eat another human being if you got food and animals all over the place?
Because it's seen as a power thing.
A power thing?
Yes, it's like how many, in some cultures, men would capture women as their brides as a power thing. And in some Western African cultures, I think I will try and find you some sources because I can't name off the top.
Because they don't exist, and that's why. Because what they do, that Liberia, there's a footage of General butt naked. He was a general over there, and they had this war in Liberia, and there was some footage of some African dudes. They defeated some enemies, and they were eating the heart or whatever. And the white supremacists took that and ran with it, and that's the only so-called proof that they have of any type of cannibalism in Africa that don't even exist. But there's all types of cannibalism that happened in Europe. Is that true or not? And they were doing it because they were hungry. They weren't doing it because of symbolic reasons. They were eating motherfuckers because there was nothing else to eat. Nothing was growing over there. They were chopping motherfuckers up and munching them, eating them like goddamn curly fries. So
that's absolutely true.
Absolutely. So again, we got to put everything in context. So what else did you think that was wrong?
The whole thing about Hannibal. Now, I can't really prove that to you, but I don't really see where the evidence is, where you're coming from, where you think he was a black man.
Okay. And so, Hannibal, you think, let's use common sense. How was Hannibal a European, a white guy?
If you look on the Egyptian walls, Egyptians are black people. If you see the way they show Libyans, they show them as being white with beards. And Libya included the region of Tunisia. And if you look at the book that was written by the Romans about Aeneas, the Trojan, well, he was lovers with Dio, who founded Carthage. And Dio literally burned herself alive because she did not want to marry a local African king after Aeneas abandoned her.
Okay.
And if you look at Carthage, they practiced a system very similar to apartheid, where, if you notice, they never allowed foreigners to become part of the government. And if you read any books on Carthage that were written by other Romans, stuff like that, that's very well documented. Well, they would hire many foreign mercenaries. They never allowed them into their state. So it's very unlikely that Hannibal himself would have been anything of non-Phoenician blood, because the Phoenicians maintained a power structure.
But Phoenicians, the original Phoenicians were black, brother. The original Phoenicians were black, and they're part of the Canaanites. All of those people were originally black. Some of the people that you're talking about, the lighter people, these were kind of Turks that kind of came down later. But even just with common sense, as far as Hannibal, he lived in Africa, on the continent of Africa. People keep trying to take certain parts of Africa out of Africa and make it the Middle East and all of this other bullshit, which it wasn't. It is still the continent of Africa. And are we to believe that there's a white dude who had control over all of those wild African elephants and rode them over the Alps? Are we supposed to believe that?
Well, I wasn't saying he was a white dude. I was saying that he was somebody who would have been a very dark-skinned Arab. And what I mean by that, I'm not mean as a
dark-skinned Arab? So, because now when you try to say it was a white dude, like, you know it couldn't have been a white dude with them wild African elephants, wild African elephants, you can't really tame African elephants, by the way. So for this dude...
Just keep in mind, that the Numidians, who were black people in North Africa, they were the ones who they hired to take care of that. So what I'm saying is that from my own research on the topic and from what I've learned...
So he was a dark Arab. So you acknowledge that he couldn't have been white, which was impossible for him to be a white guy. So now he's a dark Arab. So now what's an Arab? Because now you're talking about religion. What's an Arab? What's a dark Arab?
An Arab is somebody they usually have hook noses, rounded, white to brown. Well, not white, but they have light brown to dark brown skin, and they are people of similar ethnically to Turks or people in Armenia. And I understand where you're coming from, the whole thing about Moors, but I personally, from my own research on that, I don't believe that also. And the people in the comments, I'm actually adopted by two white parents, so the reason I talk like that is because of that.
You were adopted by two white parents. I'm not shocked, but go ahead, brother. Well, no, wait. Before you go, you were adopted by. Where were you from? Where were you born?
In California.
Okay, but go ahead, brother.
All right. That's honestly all I really had to say, though.
Okay,
thank you for clearing that up.
Okay, so you say that you don't believe something about the Moors. What about the Moors?
I haven't seen any, with the exception of the founder of the city of Marrakesh in Morocco. I found no records whatsoever that suggest that any of the rulers were non-Arabs. And when I say Arabs, I mean people who would be considered Caucasians. I don't mean
no
so-called Negroid people.
No, well, there's no such thing as a Negroid person. There's no such thing as a Negroid person. That's a white supremacist term. A Negroid person is something that they made up in the late 1700s. So there's no such thing as a Negroid person. And you keep saying Arabs as if Arab is a race, and that's based on religion. That's based on people who practice the Islamic faith, basically. So when you talk of Arab, you're not talking about a race. There's no really Arab race because you got jet black Arabs living now, and you have light-skinned Arabs, just like with Barack Obama. Remember, all the white supremacists kept calling him an Arab, and he's doing the terrorist fist bump. Remember that?
Well, that's because Obama is a white man. He could actually, if he cut his hair, he could pass for one. He doesn't look that different from Osama.
Oh, so now Obama ain't really black? Are you trying to say that?
No, he is black. Wait, hang on. Obama is black. I'm saying is that when they're coming with that, they're trying to be slick because Obama is from Kenya, and the Kenyans, they consider people from that whole area to be Somalis and people who are basically all terrorists. So that's what they mean by that. And when they say Arab, they want to say the terrorists, but they don't have the guts to say that.
So now, so that's the thing. That now you're spewing white supremacist doctrine, which means that you can change the definition at will. So now an Arab is somebody with a hook nose, but now it's a terrorist. So now it's somebody with an afro. So the definitions change at will, and that's why, again, because you're spewing a lot of white supremacist doctrine, and that's why it's not taken seriously, and that's why the movie Hidden Colors was such a success, because we disproved all of that rhetoric. And just like with the Moors were clearly black. I mean, even in their own descriptions that they describe the Moors as black people, the word Moor means black. So there's just no debating that. I mean, there were no white Moors. There would be no reason to call them a Moor. Moor was a descriptive term. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Right.
But just two more things before I get off the phone.
Yes.
Can you tell me a place where there are black people who identify themselves as Arabs or are considered Arabs by white people who call themselves Arabs? If you know what I mean by that.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people over there, they don't call themselves Arabs. That's something that we call them here, but they call themselves based on where they're from. They're like, well, I'm Egyptian, I'm Iranian, I'm Palestinian. You know, they call themselves what's based on their geography. You understand? They don't refer to themselves as Arabs, but you got people who are Arabs because they practice Islam. Like I went to Zanzibar. You had a lot of people who are quote unquote Arabs, but they're jet black people. You understand? So Arab is a term that implies their religion, not a race. There's no Arab race. And also, just like we said in Hidden Colors, what makes you an Arab, you got to have the African bloodline. That makes you an Arab, basically, because you got to have some black in you.
Okay, so thanks for the call. But before I hang up, do you have any books or things like you suggest I should read? Because going from one, I can't find anything on my own time that showed anything towards people of North Africa, or even, with the exception of people in Eastern Africa, like Egypt. But I couldn't find anything in North Africa or anything about Arabs having anything to do with Africa before the Arab invasion after Muhammad.
Right. Because again, the Arabs came about after that because that's what Arabs were. It was basically a religious conversion. It was a religious thing. After an Arab in Islam, that was a religious thing. So when people use the term Arab, that's a very deceptive term because they say, well, Arabs were over here in Europe at this time. That's why you never hear them say Arab Spain or the Arab invasion of Italy. They always call it the Moorish invasion or Moorish Spain, because it was very distinctive. The people were black African people. And at the same time, you had empires going on in West Africa. You had the Mansa Musa, people like that, ruling simultaneously. So it's not a stretch to see Africans ruling in Southern Europe as well. So get books by J.A. Rogers, all the books by J.A. Rogers. Get a book, The Golden Age of the Moor. That's a good book by a whole bunch of people wrote this book, but you can get that off Amazon. Look up. Well, you saw Hidden Colors. You look up the Wild Men and the Moors painting. There's a painting that we put in Hidden Colors 1 called Wild Men and the Moors, and it shows jet black people in a castle in Europe ruling. You dig? And there's pictures all over the place of African people ruling. So it is what it is. That's why we do the Hidden Colors series, to bring these truths. You feel me?
All right. Thanks for the call, Tariq.
All right, man. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. There you go. That was easy. I hope he learned something. Yeah, I hope this brother learned something. Oh, yeah, Frank Snowden's books, his books are good too. Introduction to African Civilization. So I said, get this nigga off the phone. I should have asked him some more stuff about being a black conservative. You know, black conservative, can you call up? Because I want to get some more stuff about that black conservative stuff. Do I believe African Americans have ancient Hebrew Israelites? It could be a possibility, but so what? What are we going to do about it? Shit. I don't get off into that. But what if we are? And okay, we are. So now what? Somebody keeps saying he was a white dude. He might have been. He might have been. He might have been. I'm thinking he might have been a white dude too. But again, but that might have been a black dude. Now let's not get it twisted. There's some black dudes who think like that too. What's up? Who's calling?
Oh yeah.
Who's
I
this?
thought about that, Tariq. It's me, Mark. I'm calling from Philly Heights. I'm the same guy you told me to call back or something.
All right, what's on your mind, brother? God, you better have something important, brother. What's on your mind?
Well, actually, yeah. I've been doing a little research, as far as about Antarctica, and I find it kind of weird that it was all other places that had indigenous people, but the only place that didn't was Antarctica. What's your thoughts about that?
Did this nigga call me and ask me why Antarctica did not have indigenous people?
Yeah, like I'm just asking, like, how come they don't have like people who were there before any other group of people?
Well, you can't.
Like
Antarctica, you can't really live down there. It's just really uninhabitable. It's too cold. It's literally too cold to live. That's why there's no government in Antarctica. There's nothing. It's the only continent that doesn't have any form of government, nothing. Because it's too cold to even go down there for long periods of time to maintain any type of civilization, because it's like year-round, it snows, so you won't have any kind of resources to get. You can't really survive in that type of climate at all. So it's just an unnatural place for you to survive. Even Europe, when it went through an ice age, it was damn near uninhabitable, but they had caves and places like that where people could get refuge from the elements. And that's why the Europeans had to leave there and go out and explore the world, because of the lack of resources. So if there were a lack of resources in Northern Europe, just imagine the lack of resources in Antarctica. In places like Alaska, it's cold for most of the time, but then you have certain times of the year when it's not so cold. So you had nomadic tribes called Eskimos who would move around to cold areas and warmer areas in that area of Alaska and Canada. But Antarctica...
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right, then. Yeah, all right,
Right.
then. Well, thanks about that, because I was real confused about that. Because the main reason why they've been on my mind a lot, because I've been doing research on it, and there's animals that stay in Antarctica, but it's like a little strip part that sort of connects from South America to there. And, it's a lot of animals that stay on that part. Like, I'm trying to get a good
prescription of it, but it's a certain part where a lot of animals stay at, and it's in Antarctica. So
right. Well,
I was sort of confused how come there wasn't no indigenous people that stay there.
Right. Well, they just can't, and animals can stay because their bodies adapted to it. You know, like polar bears and penguins and shit like that. All right, brother. It sound like you got high and you sat your ass up and watched March of the Penguins and just started thinking, this nigga got high. You know, nigga, how come ain't no motherfucking humans over there, homie? Nigga, I don't see no bitches. Ain't no bitches over in Antarctica, nigga. All right, man. Thanks for the call. This nigga done got high and watched March of the Penguins and called my show. Nigga, I don't see no hoes over there, nigga. Nigga, I bet that seal got ass, though. Niggas just get high and overthink shit. Don't hit the blunt and call me, man. That nigga got high and just overthought that shit. Nigga, ain't no McDonald's on that motherfucking nut, nigga. Nigga, what if them penguins get hungry, homie? What if them penguins want a Happy Meal, nigga? They ain't got no McDonald's. They ain't got no Popeye's chicken. That's what we ought to do, nigga. Tariq be talking about group economics, nigga. We need to build a Popeye's chicken in Antarctica, nigga. We get all the bitches. High nigga talk. His dumb ass be at the bank trying to get a loan. How you doing, ma'am? I'm trying to start a black business. I'm trying to get a small black business loan. Yes, sir. How can I help you? What kind of business are you trying to get? Well, I'm trying to get a Popeye chicken franchise. Oh, okay, perfect. You're trying to get one out here in the Houston area? Where you trying to get? No, me and my homies thinking like Alaska, not Antarctica. We're gonna get a Popeye's chicken in Antarctica. Antarctica, is that close to Dallas? No, I'm talking about Antarctica where the penguins and the polar bears are. So you want to get what? I'm trying to get a Popeye chicken in Antarctica where the penguins and the goddamn polar bears are. Excuse me. Security, this is a code red. We got 2 crackhead niggas in here who are potentially going to rob the bank. Fuck, man. This nigga called me up talking about how come ain't no humans. And you know what's funny? Niggas like this will get so high and actually build this shit. And build a business. They go they black asses down there to Antarctica and build it. You have a business there with no customers. Like, nigga, come on. Ain't nobody up at Penguin Wings, nigga. How come we ain't got no customers? We need to advertise. Nigga, we doing commercials. Chicken wings, hot wings, fish sandwiches. Oh yeah, you can get it at Penguin Wings in Antarctica. Oh yeah, Antarctica. It's just like a mini mall. Igloos, Eskimos, ducks, seals. Hey, you can get it at Penguin Wings. Man. They get their grandma to do a commercial, like the Popeye's chicken lady. Hi, honey. Child, have you ever had some fried seal? Girl, you can get some fried seals and some penguin feet and some pickled polar bear balls. Come on down here to Buffalo Penguin Wings in Antarctica. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. Let's see who else we got on the phone. Y'all own one tonight, brother. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Jay calling from Oakland.
Jay from Oakland. How you doing, Jay? What's on your mind, brother?
Hey, not too much, man. I just had a quick question for you, man.
Go ahead, brother.
So I'm gonna try to make it quick though. But there's this one girl, you know what I'm saying, I've been knowing for about 5 to 6 years. You know what I'm saying, and when I first met her, I could kind of tell she was feeling me. You know what I'm saying, but she was back and forth between the Bay and LA. You know what I'm saying, she was fucking with some nigga down there, and she was all off into like the the music business and all that. So we never really got it jumping off. So fast forward to now, you know what I'm saying? Like I just broke up with my girl, and all the while, you know what I'm saying? She, you know, been telling me how she's been feeling me. But the thing is, like she got a dude now, but now that I'm back single, you know what I'm saying? She with this other dude, but she always telling me, you know, if I was single, you know, it'd be, you know, all good between me and you. So, you know, fast forward to a few weeks ago, I ended up going to her house for like a little get together, and she was trying to put me on her friends, and it kind of just threw me off because, you know what I'm saying, like I knew how she was feeling me, but, you know, when she told me that she was, you know, trying to put me on a couple of her friends and a few of her friends was feeling me, man, it just kind of threw me off. I was just like, you know, why would this woman, you know what I'm saying, who was feeling me, you know what I'm saying, like try to plug me with her friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you think about that? Nah, bro, I know you ain't trying to hit me with the come on, bro.
I had to hit you a little bit, brother.
Nah, man.
Nigga, I had to hit you.
You got it twisted, man. Trust me. It ain't even like that. Trust me.
I hit you with some Keith Washington, nigga. I didn't go for Brian McKnight or Keith Sweat. I had to put some Keith Washington on your ass.
Bro, hey, man. Trust me, bro. I'm like, it ain't the way you trying to make it seem, trust me, man. It ain't even like that, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. So basically, does this chick, do you know if she has a dude or not?
Nah, she does.
Oh, so you like her, she has a dude, and she's trying to push you off on her friends.
No, see, that's where you got it twisted, though. She not trying to push me off. Like, when I was at her house, she approached me and said, look, 2 of my friends approaching me tonight, you know what I'm saying, and they feeling you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, basically on some, you know what I'm saying, you can have either one of them. And she told me, like, right there at the spot, too, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know how it is. Like, if I was single, it'd be all good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But my 2 friends approached me and they said, you know what I'm saying, that they was feeling you. So they asked me, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But
you like this girl.
Why we at the function? Like, you know what I'm saying?
But dude, when she said she had a dude, that was already a red flag right there, man. You should have charged that situation to the game, even though she's giving you rhythm. Because basically, she's just teasing you just to see if she still got it. She's just fucking around bullshitting. She ain't serious. So, of course, she's going to try to be like, hey, go holler at my friends or whatever. She's playing a game, man. You shouldn't have taken her seriously. When chicks have a dude, man, you don't push up on them. Charge their asses to the game, man. You're wasting time. They're teasing you. And also, if they did get with you, now you got with a scandalous female. So if she's scandalous to that motherfucker, she's going to be scandalous to you. You feel me?
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I was kind of carrying it, you know what I'm saying? Because while we was at the function, you know what I'm saying, I hadn't seen her in a while. So when I got ready to dip, you know what I'm saying, she was at the door talking to me for about, 10, 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying, talking about, my 2 friends, they approached me, you know what I'm saying, they want to know what's cracking with you. And then she went all back into the, you know what I'm saying, I'm not single, I'm not single right now, but if I was, with a sub, and this is all why our dude is in the other room. So I'm standing there,
dude,
you know what I'm saying, just trying to stay cool. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like,
and she's so out of, she's out of pocket.
Her, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it cool. You feel me?
But she's out of pocket. She's an out of pocket ass chick. And that's a situation you don't want to be in because she's saying all that shit and her dude right in there. Man, if that nigga would have heard something or whatever, you don't know if that nigga would have been blasting. You don't know the kind of nigga that is. You don't know if that nigga's sitting up listening to this shit, That nigga can be sitting up there with some heartache. So you don't know when females do shit like that, man, you stay away from that type of shit. I would say charge all the ass to the game and keep it pushing because that's a dangerous situation to be in. Because chicks get niggas set up on some bullshit. Don't mess with that, man. Charge that to the game. You feel me?
So, yeah,
all right, that's enough. No more. Up here, he belly aching, man. That nigga got some love on his heart for that ratchet ass girl. I ain't got nothing else to say to him. That girl got some. That nigga's got love in his heart. She's sitting up here telling him all types of shit that's gonna happen if she was single, and he's buying it. She's teasing that dude. Fuck out of here, dude. Don't charge that to the game, man. Let's see who else we got. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, my bad, man. This guy they calling him back. I have to call back because dude that was talking about Liberia had us fucked up. The average person in Liberia does not sit at the table with rice, palm oil, and a foot at the table.
Exactly.
Those people that you've seen on Vice City, they represent a small minority of rebels who are basically drugged out of their minds. I'm saying every tribe from Senegal to Cameroon, and I'm not generalizing, this is true, condemns witchcraft. That's basically what those guys are doing, man. And I hate that he was trying to use that to represent the whole of Liberia.
Exactly.
That's not true at all.
Exactly.
We all condemn what those people were doing on that ridiculous ass documentary fight.
Exactly. Vice does a lot of little low-key racist shit, too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Vice, they do a lot of low-key racist shit.
They came back. They went to Vice first to do the cannibalism. They went to Liberia first to do the cannibalism. And they came back to Liberia again for the general but naked. And they came back again for the Ebola. Oh, we were just eating monkeys and that's all we eat, man. Vice stays on that shit like that. We do not fuck with Vice at all.
Exactly.
As a media outlet.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I just have to get that off my chest, bro. I was tired when dude was talking about it. I'm like,
yeah, I knew.
So
he was full of shit. I knew that was a bunch of crap. Yeah, they always try to use that Liberia footage of Vice to justify cannibalism and all that, saying that it was cannibalism. It wasn't no damn cannibalism over there, man. Hey, man,
Exactly, man. And thanks for letting me get that out there, bro. Appreciate
no doubt.
It.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, brother. Yeah, they love that old fake-ass cannibalism bullshit. Let's see who we got else. Who else we got? What's up? Who's calling?
Hello.
What's up? Who's this?
What's up, Tariq, man? Shoot, it's your boy Jay up out of Michigan, man.
What's up, Jay? Sound like you eating on some cashews or some shit, brother. What you eating over there, Jay?
Nah, man, I ain't nothing, no shoot. Just probably just sound like that, though, because I'm in my truck, man.
There you go. What's on your mind, Jay?
Yeah, man, listen to this. P-game on this, man. Man, my white supremacy card, white supremacy number, Lotto, got called on me a few months ago, man, and basically screwed up my whole business plan I had laid out for myself.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to go ahead and shake back. Spent so much money trying to go ahead and fight to keep my license and everything. Now I'm just trying to go ahead and get my business back going.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see, do you know any specific business grants for me to go ahead and take on out so I can try to get my life back together?
No, what kind of business you trying to get going on?
Oh, man, I'm in the trucking business right now, logistics, transportation, man.
Yeah. There should be some resources out there. There should be some resources out there in the Michigan area. Check out the Chamber of Commerce out there and see what kind of grants or situations out there that you can start or business loans that you can get, but you got to probably have a lot of collateral. So you can check with the Chamber of Commerce out there and get some information from them. Thanks for the call, brother. And speaking of that, we're going to give out small business loan for Black History Month. I want to get some brothers and sisters to make a video and send it in of some ideas you have of a business. And it has to be something that's tangible, something that you could start, a small business. Again, we're going to give a small business loan around 3 stacks, small business loan, micro loan, Melanoid Nation, for brothers or sisters, for a brother, a particular person, a brother or sister to start a business, small business. You got to have a plan. You got to let us know what you're trying to do. It has to be something that's tangible, and it has to be something that you're going to immediately start doing. So we're going to have you make videos. No, don't just send something in. We want to have you talk and explain what you're going to do. So you make your videos, make your YouTube videos, and send that in to info@tariqelite.com. And then what we're going to do, we're going to play the videos and then have the people right here on Ustream judge it and pick who should get a micro business loan, who sounds like they're going to put together the most viable business, small business. It could be anything, just something that can turn a profit, something that's going to be fly, something that's going to actually get done. And don't send me some shit when you talking about you about to make a mixtape. No, see, I caught you right there. No shit about nobody's mixtape or nothing like that. Show me a plan of what you want to do and how you're going to do it, and then we'll rock with you. We'll give you a business loan, a micro business loan to get it started. Has to be something that you're going to do. We say something tangible, something that you can actually go out there and do. Something you can go out there and do. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here, y'all. It's 10 o'clock. I got stuff to do and everything, but it's been real. We had some great game chopping up tonight. Go to HiddenColorsFilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. Go to TariqElite.com to get that gear. And I will join you guys again this Wednesday on the Tariq Elite Radio Show. I will holla.